What is up, everyone? My name is Joseph, and welcome to this casually competitive MTG video. In this video, we're going to do something a little bit different, at least that we've done on YouTube, and we're going to give kind of a behind-the-scenes post-game commentary on our Season 1 finale. If you do like this video, we do videos like this on Patreon every week for every gameplay video for the $5 tier and above. It isn't live like this. We wanted to do something a little bit special for the finale for Season 1, but we do kind of do this overview for every video, so if it's something that interests you, go ahead and check out the Patreon. But without any further ado, let's get, well, first let's introduce the people that will be giving this commentary, because if you haven't seen the podcast, you may not have heard their voices before. So let's go around. If you played this game, just say the deck you played, and then we'll start into the opening hands.
My name's Jordan. I played Holland.
My name's Bill, and I played the Kalia deck in this video.
You can go.
All right. I was Adam, and I played the Anala deck.
You were Adam?
You were right.
I'm not Adam anymore.
I was. I had a life-changing experience playing this deck,
man.
so
Who are you
just a
now?
whole new man.
And I'm Nate. I took the notes for this game.
Like I said, I am Joseph. I played Blue Pod in this game. And so let's just get into the opening hands. We'll go over the way we usually do these videos is we go over opening hands, give a short reason on why we kept them, what we liked about them, and then we get into the actual commentary. So I went first, so I'll go over my opening hands. This hand had 4 lands, a little bit of ramp, so it was super land heavy, which is not a great thing for this deck, but it did have extra ramp, and I knew I could play Thrasios early and activate him with the Faber or Elder, so a lot of early ramp and early Thrasios activations. I was hoping to utilize that to get a lot of card advantage, and then the Collector Oof is just one of my favorite cards just ever, and I knew it affected a lot of people, so I decided to keep it for those reasons. Going next, we had Jordan, so you want to go over your opening hand real quick?
I kept my hand to completely stop Joseph.
Yeah.
I Mana Crypts into Phyrexian Revoker, stopping Thrasios. Worldly 2. I mean,
Seems good.
I just want to stop.
That seems pretty bad. You should stop doing that. And Adam went next, so if you want to quickly go over your opening
This
hand.
is where my life changed. It was four lands, never before seen by me having 4 lands, and I had a Mana Drain and an Adnos. I've never cast Adnos, so I was super excited to try to get that off early and just do something cool.
He's a mono green boy.
I do Smooth Brain Stomp.
And Bill?
Oh, and so my hand, 2 lands, not too great, but I had the Vampiric Tutor, so I could search for what I needed. And then I also had Dockside, which Dockside's Dockside, so.
It's a good card.
Yeah.
Very true.
Quality.
So that is the opening hands out of the way. So let's get into the gameplay, and we'll just kind of go over it, give our thoughts on what we were thinking about in game. All right, so I had a lot of lands for this. So this felt like a really slow hand to keep because I knew I couldn't play. I guess Faber Elder came out turn 2, but it was still only a 2-mana dork. But I was still feeling good about getting early Thrasios activations until this.
Was feeling good.
This ruined my life. Honestly, I was
It's
really,
so
really
sweet.
sad about
It
this.
felt great.
I love this card. I feel like I don't see this card played enough. Everyone just plays like Pithing Needle and that's it.
Pithing Needle's good.
I know, but that's like having a second copy on a creature that can
True.
block
Made me
Timna.
so
True.
sad.
It's good.
Look at
The
this great
opening
turn
hand
one.
was built around Thrasios. Faber Elder into Thrasios felt so good. And then just like, no, now you're just going to play lands for curve and do nothing.
Yeah, you are.
Might as well miss land trap.
It's true. And it's still just a 2-mana dork, so like I could play Thrasios for 3, but like what's the point now? So that was a really feels bad. This Whirly Tutor scared me too. As the owner of the deck you were playing, Jordan, of whose name we will not mention, that scared me.
He who has no name.
He has no name.
You don't have to get scared.
And the fact that you tutored for the correct creature made me really sad.
Because I understand how the deck works.
I mean, fair. I honestly thought you had Shrieking Drake in hand when you got the Lotus
if
Cobra.
I did, the
Didn't he?
game would have been over.
No, you didn't. He
What
didn't
did
draw
he
till
have?
later.
I had.
But did you have? You didn't have that in your opening hand.
No,
no.
I had Aura Silence.
Yeah, this one wasn't too bad for me.
I thought you had something.
It made
like
me
Drake in
kind of
your hand.
sad.
No.
Appreciate that. Feels good. I've never experienced this. The black mana
black
deck getting
beats.
smacked, so
The hate.
This is a new experience for me.
Felt bad because I only had 2 cards in my hand at this point.
Oh, here we go. This is when I tried to fix my hand.
You would have fixed my hand too.
I would have been so happy.
Yeah, you just dumped your hand.
Yeah, no, Adam.
I wanted to experience the ad nose. I needed to know what it felt like.
You needed the rip. When you play this Wheel of Fortune, I was like looking at the Phyrexian Revoker and I was like, this fixes my problems. I'm gonna just refill my hand, get rid of all of these lands, and just actually be happy.
The worst part is like
I just needed
I did
lands.
not even care about anybody else's hands. I'm like, I just want to play this ad nose, and then I was like, oh wait, I inadvertently just ruined everybody else's life.
Oh, it was so sad. I mean, you didn't know because I had 5 cards in hand, so I had a lot of cards in hand. But the knowing what was in my hand, I really wanted to dump lands for anything else because like.
Honestly,
Playing lands on turn and then just not using Thrasios, I was on the Bruce Tarl train at that point.
if I didn't have ad nose, I would have let that go through because the rest of my hand was just nothing.
Pretty sure I had a land in my hand.
I was so
And another
sad.
land.
This is a tough game.
I w-
3 blue players. Like that was like the
Yeah,
only
that is
time I
rough.
think I could have tried to cast that. Or I don't know.
Yeah. See, I would have lost my oof off the wheel, but like
Big
honestly,
oof.
against these guys, with you already playing Dockside, I felt like it wouldn't. It didn't really end up doing that much.
I'm just glad I used the mana from Dockside before you played that oof because that would have been a
Yeah.
feels bad.
If you had like one off of that oof or something, I mean, off of the Dockside, I'd have been like, I should have played that last turn. It felt really bad.
If I had that Shrieking Drake right now, oh,
I think you just went. Could you have made 5 mana? You could have. Yeah, you could have just probably won there. You actually could have won there. Oh, it feels good because I had nothing in hand. I pull a lot of counters throughout this game, but I had none in my hand at this point.
I'm just getting beat. 30 life.
Yeah.
30
Beat
life on
down.
turn 3.
Yeah.
he deserves it.
It wasn't even. It was my turn 2 that I was already down 10 life.
Dude, that Faber Elder puts in work. I was swinging at you for like 4 every turn and then tapping it for 4
It
mana.
hurts so
Oh,
bad. It
Yeah.
hurts so
that's
bad.
that's
Oh, yeah,
a,
that has vigilance.
that's
doesn't it?
vigilance. That's a
Good
good
card.
card. I love that card
Honestly,
so much.
looking back now, I feel like I could have probably gone safer and just cast a Nala so I could just block everything. But this was the more fun thing to do. Exciting play.
You had a really good ad
Going
mouse though.
for it.
The amount of
So
cards you
good.
got was
have
so good.
many
The only
cards.
thing that broke my heart was the
This
the
right
big the
here.
big girl at the end. I did not know was in the deck.
Yeah, it's
I
'cause it's
I
my
missed, I
deck.
missed that one in the deck list. So I was like, oh
But,
wow,
like,
there goes all of my life points.
Here's
That's
the thing,
an
even-
essential combo piece.
Even
though.
with
Yes.
that, so my thing is, I would have done the same thing, because at 8 life, you kind of want the protection. There's 2
Yeah.
blue players with open mana.
Yeah, 2 blue players. There's technically 3 free counter spells that you
Right.
can play for each person. That's technically 6 counter spells that I'd have to worry about that could be in people's hands.
Exactly, and just going 1 deeper, you needed 2 life here.
Yeah.
So the chances of you hitting your only 7 drop were like 1 in 80, which is
Oh, yeah.
super unlikely.
It's just feels bad.
So-
It's a little
Unlucky.
rough.
I personally think it's the right play to go for broke there. You just got incredibly unlucky.
And then you guys kept me alive for 1 turn, and I just didn't know what to do with myself. 'Cause I was
we
like,
did
wait a
not.
second.
We
I'm
did
like,
not
wait,
keep you alive.
You kind of did.
No.
A little bit.
No, Joseph kept you alive.
No, I wasn't
No.
keeping you alive. I was just making Jordan
Yes.
deal with it.
No.
Yes. We had a whole conversation about how this was going to go down. Then Joseph said, I'm going to give him a spear.
Yeah, so we knew we had Psychrift in hand and the mana to Psychrift a creature. So I swing at him, knowing I can safe, like, not my creatures aren't going to die, but one's getting bounced. But I didn't want my stuff bounced, and Jordan also didn't want his stuff bounced. So,
No, bouncing would have been okay.
I mean, yeah, it would have killed him. He would have killed one of the Lotus Cobra or
He would
Phyrexian
have killed
Revoker.
the Lotus Cobra,
Yeah.
Which you kind of need.
which I needed.
This is
But
the
then I
play,
pulled.
though, to
I
give-
think I pulled this Forbidden Orchard on turn, and like I think this is a big brain play
It was a very good play. It just made me very unhappy.
because I kill the Revoker with the Meltdown. Give Adam a 1/1. Adam needs to die because he wins next turn. So Jordan now has to deal with Adam. So he either swings with the Lotus Cobra or does something else to stop him.
I
Like
had
it's
a
out of my
plan.
hands now because I
had
know
a plan. How was
because
it?
Jordan has the means to kill him with the creatures on board. So
So he has to
if he
lose.
doesn't have anything else, he has to lose the Lotus Cobra in order to like stop the game from
Which
ending.
is really bad.
So I thought that was pretty big brain of me. I was proud of myself for that. I'm really proud of myself for that play. It didn't actually matter because he had rest in peace, but
Yeah, it was a little bit of a feels bad.
I still made him do something. Jordan doesn't like to be made to do things.
It's true.
Very true.
This is where I was sad to be
Rip,
alive for that
Adam.
turn. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, man, couldn't you have just killed me? So
That
I never
card just
experienced
hurts.
This is where I just knew I wasn't gonna do
Yeah.
anything for the
That
rest
card
of this
hurts.
game. 3 lands.
If you're running a particular deck archetype and someone plays that card, you
Oh,
can
what
just
deck
be
archetype?
You're just going.
So
A graveyard.
okay,
That's what Bill likes to play. is
yeah,
graveyard
exactly.
decks.
That is the anti.
If you're ever playing against Bill, just in general, just slide and rest in peace, and you probably
In
shut off
any
half of
color.
his decks.
Any color.
Yeah.
So
Just put it in.
that's the last land I'm gonna play for like 4 turns.
Just
thinking
that
about
felt
it.
so bad. I mean, oh, look
That
at that
felt bad.
Thrasios activation.
Felt bad
Ooh.
once he started doing this.
That meltdown's such a good card.
Card is very good.
And everybody's passing to not attack Adam, so they don't have to like lose the advantage of having a blocker to force Jordan to have to
Yeah.
finish him off.
I mean, as long as he doesn't have a blocker, I'll attack.
yeah.
Although at this point my board's getting pretty massive, so I can afford the blocks. Especially with Faber Elder, like what's the worst that happens? He like, I'm pretty sure we know he doesn't have a
Yeah.
bounce at this point.
Yeah, but you know what happens? Nobody kills me but me.
This is why I didn't attack you with the lifelink, because it would have felt bad. I know Bill was gonna just sack his thing, but at least I make him sack his thing to deny me lifelink. But I was
Just
like,
make
Adam's
me
just gonna
end
kill
myself.
himself.
This is when things started like feeling really bad. Like,
Do you
really
pull Shrieking
bad.
Drake here, or does it come later on?
I don't think it's here yet.
Ooh, this one felt bad
This
for
was
Bill.
big brain though.
This felt bad for Bill, especially since Exotic Orchard only hits one of his colors.
I don't want to talk about
I guess it hits white. It just hits white and red. So, but getting him off black, man, I felt good for me being.
You must be really afraid of all these things I have in my hand.
One, I don't know what's in your hand.
I mean, what else is he gonna do with Strip Mine? Tap it for colorless
Yeah.
mana?
I just have no black either. Everybody's like, oh, you
That's-
could play Calia.
I mean,
I would. You had I don't know if it was in your hand at this point, but you had a Sire Insanity at the end of
Yeah.
that game.
I
It
So,
was
like,
in his hand for a long time.
If you had black mana, and
Well,
Kalia
it was
gets
like-
out
it
on
was
the
like
battlefield.
last two
I cry.
turns.
Then the game would have been held.
honestly, I don't cry that much because I have no cards in my hand.
I mean, here's the thing. I probably wouldn't have countered Kalia. Like, I probably would have let Kalia stick because I'm really scared of Jordan probably, like, around this time.
Why? I have no cards in my hand.
Yeah, but you have your board states. You top
Your
deck.
board state is better than mine.
I know, but I'm more scared of you than Bill. Like, I'd probably let Kalia resolve because I'm not that scared of it. But if you had Siren Sandy in your hand and you swing with that, I'm fucked.
I was gonna say like Callie is
I don't even
not,
need to swing with
Callie
Siren.
is not one top.
No, I know.
way of just winning. But,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I think I
The
think I
other
didn't draw Siren until like maybe
commanders.
the second to last turn. And at that point, I was more focused on the other plays I was going to try to make this game.
Yeah.
But
I ended up not doing any of them.
yeah,
Feels bad. I mean, it really hurt that, I start activating Thrasios for like 2 counter spells a turn.
yeah, it was.
That hurt me.
That hurt everyone. It was nice for me. I was super happy. I would have liked to pull a win con, but I think I had 5 counters in my hand at one point.
Jeez.
it was just,
How many are in the deck?
Not that many. There's like 8 or 9. Like, it's a counter light deck. Like, there's a good amount of counters, but it's more stacks compared to like just pure control.
That's 3 cards or like 4, 5, 6 cards. I think no land.
Oh, I
that
remember
was very unlucky.
in game, Nate's like hyping him up, like, oh, you're gonna hit a land, and then he just
You just-
does
yeah.
it.
you just chunked like a
every
huge
single
top
time.
of your deck does nothing.
Picking on
Well,
the
you're
person
gonna
with.
beat.
What,
not-
am I
he's
gonna
not-
swing into Joseph?
You could swing it to me. I'd be okay with that.
just mean.
Getting beat down.
I literally just draw pass for like 3 turns in a
Yeah.
row here. There's just
When I was editing this one, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, Bill.
Hey, gotta look at the positives. At least
Right, I pulled 2 counters, 2 Thrasios activations.
Yeah.
You didn't have to seppuku yourself in the middle of the game.
oh, give me that spirit.
What did I get this time? That one, that saved the game for me.
Mm-hmm.
Saved the game for me.
That's a good card.
Just
Card makes
basically
me sad.
shuts
On-
off
every
Jordan's
other
command.
card
On
I
Bill's
play.
end step, I get 2 counter spells and a Linvala. Like,
Yeah.
that was such a big end step for me. And I had a delay in hand at this point.
That's
so
the dream. That's the dream end step.
It's not.
it was
It's a nightmare.
it was really
the
good.
nightmare scenario.
When I got that Linvala, I was like, all right, I think I have a shot now. Before that Linvala, I was like, both of these guys are a possible like 1 top deck away from just winning.
Will too.
There's a lesson piece on the battlefield, my friend.
That's true.
I
Okay,
am-
Jordan's 1 top deck away from winning, so like I
Which
need
he
something
which
to
he does
stop him.
consistently.
But I'm not because I did, and I didn't win.
Well, I mean, fair, but I mean, if you top deck a Shrieking Drake without my Linvala, you just almost draw your library. Like, you start going off in a few turns, and you could have kept going.
I don't think I could have kept going. Pretty sure you did everything I could.
Were you out of blue mana? You had a lot of
Pretty
untapped
sure.
Look
lands.
at the non-bow on the battlefield right now, though.
Yeah, no.
It's a sad one.
I was trying to
I think I
bait
could have
out.
went like one more time.
I was trying to bait out interaction with this birthing pod, or at least like keep him from killing my oof, I guess. But I don't know. I figured I might as well play it.
Because
He was
no
in my
artifacts.
hands.
I have no artifacts.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean I just played it because it was in my hand. If
Yeah,
it
that's
does, if it does something one day, cool. It ended up actually not being that terrible because Bill killed it, and it allowed me to like just get a artifact destruction out of someone's
If that
hand.
card resolves,
If that card resolved, the game's
That
over.
That's
I don't. It might not have been over, but it'll been.
It's pretty close.
Did you have Shrieking Drake at this point?
He had to.
He doesn't even need Shrieking Drake. He needs
Mhm.
any creature.
Well, it didn't bounce creature.
I want to look at the opening
Mm,
hands.
yeah,
Because
true.
what am I
Shrieking Drake was not in my opening.
It wasn't. That it was in the deck discussion.
Oh,
I
was
think
it?
this
Oh,
is-
you're right. You're
I
right.
think
drew it
this is
right
when I
around
draw
this
Shrieking
turn, though.
Drake.
See, imagine if you could actually tap those things. I was not doing well if you could actually tap those creatures.
I was just hoping Jordan was gonna bait out some of those counter spells that were
did.
revealed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not yet. But at this point, you know of 2 counter spells. I have 3, and then I hit a Dovin's Veto and a Flusterstorm off Thrasios soon.
If I was just hitting lands.
Did you know that you can only activate Birthing Pod as a sorcery? I've
I
played this
do.
deck 20 times. I've never actually activated Birthing Pod.
Take that.
That's true. I've never seen you use it once.
I've
And I thought
never
that was,
used
like,
it
the
once.
whole-
Why is it in the
It's
deck?
called Blue Pod, but I never end up
Get the
either
pod
needing
part.
to or actually. I'm thinking about taking out the Birthing Pod lines, but I don't know because it is nice to be able to tutor from a
Podless
once
pod?
Yeah.
Anyone?
podless pod. I mean, it's
Let
nice
us know in
being,
the comments. Is podless pod?
it's nice being able to go from a 1 CMC to winning, but
Yeah,
like it
you
just
could also
doesn't
just,
end
like,
up
in the middle
working.
Go from like mana dork up to oof in the middle of the game if you
Right.
have nothing going on. So it's,
Yeah.
it's nice like mini value even if you're not winning with it.
I don't know if I love it though. I mean, it is what the deck is built around, but I don't know if I play the deck around it well enough, or if I even just like it in general.
What about Yisan instead?
What about it? These are the same thing, but without like getting around artifact hate.
I like Yisan better.
I think Yisan's in there. I don't know. I
think
keep
I'm
taking him
out.
out and putting him back in.
I feel like I see him in there a lot.
The problem with Yisan is it's more mana heavy than Birthing Pod.
Yeah.
Birthing Pod's just nice. Like if you can play around Birthing Pod, like it's just a win. But I either don't
Is that
play
a-
around it
That's a
correctly.
Dovin's
or-
veto, huh?
Yeah, that was the
Is that what
Dovin's
that
veto.
was? Oh,
This is when the game. This is when I was pretty sure I had the win. I just needed to start getting the value pieces in enough turns because I had the counters. Like, although this really, this
Look at that
Yeah.
kitty cat.
Uncounterable.
this one, I up until that Prowling Serpapod, I was like, this game is mine. Like, Bill has no black mana, is doing
then
nothing.
you
Jordan
saw the
can't
can't be
activate his
countered.
creature, and then I'm like, oh well, he can just Shrieking Drake as many times as he wants. Because I had a Force and Will. I think I had a Force of Will at this point.
Mhm.
Although you had a Lavinia, so it didn't matter. But actually, yeah, I had a delay, so I could have tried to stop the Shrieking Drake, but it's uncounterable. Next turn, I think, if you had the ability to tap an untapped creature or like activate creatures, I think you might have like had a lot going for you.
I did have a lot going for me, even not being able to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
and,
true.
But I had no way to actually like
You know, activate creatures.
win.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I had black mana.
Thrasios is just so good. Oh, there's the Flusterstorm. So that was my 5th counter. my
So
hand was.
many
my hand-
Five
I have
counters
6.
and
I have 6 cards in hand. 5 of them are counters.
Pretty sure I had like no counters, maybe one in my hand.
You had a Force of Will up in your next turn. I don't know if you draw it, but you do have a Force of Will. I'm finally able to get this lifelink out. This took like 3 turns, but finally getting lifelink.
That's why I passed the turn. So it's
we
like
got
I can get one more turn for myself. I don't know if I drew a card off of that.
I feel like you did. I just missed it in the narration. Sometimes I miss stuff like that when just looking at the notes.
I hope I did. If not, I'm gonna feel real sad.
Here's the thing.
Did you know
we,
it was like one lower?
we forgot about the Aura of Silence when I played it
I was
until
so-
halfway.
this
Like it
feels
was
so
like in your
bad.
draw step. I think I tapped the mana for it, and I was like, shit. He could just kill this, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm not gonna mention it. I'm just gonna tap my
Yeah.
mana. I'm not gonna mention it, and then he just forgets about it until I have like
That's
7 or 8
sad.
treasures. Oh, I was so happy.
That's sad.
I mean, we
Yeah.
did forget about the Aura Silence. Like it was played turn 2, so I mean, it's
Yeah.
whatever. So it is
Yeah.
easy to forget about.
Because it
You
didn't
didn't
really
even
affect
pay the extra
anything
mana, did
before
you?
that.
Huh?
You didn't pay the extra mana for the Smothering Tide, did you?
I did eventually, or I had the Incubation Druid untapped.
You know
Every
what I didn't
time that
forget?
the Smothering Tide.
No,
or
no,
the-
no. It didn't change the game.
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
like you didn't pay for it when
Not when it was cast. No.
I blame you
Yeah, because we would probably would have
killed it
remembered.
right away. Again, I don't think it matters at all. But
No, I think I still had the Psych Rift mana when I needed it. I just used the treasures just because they were there.
Ooh.
If this landed, I was also dead.
Mm.
He grabs a mirror entity here and
Yeah, I
just
know,
kills me with beats. He has so much mana, just land mana, that he
That's
can just
what I
pump
was
them all up
hoping
to
for.
8/8s, and I'm like, I can't block that. Like I could not let this resolve.
Big
All he has to
swing.
do is get rid of Linvala, and then he just wins. I don't know what he had to if he could have gotten rid of Linvala, but like, it's possible. There is removal in that deck. So I figured I'd just cut it off at the beginning, get a counter spell out of your hand, and then just use 2 of mine.
Look at all them.
Look at those
storms.
Fluster Storms.
there are actually 9 there.
There's what?
Are there actually 9 there?
There are. And I had to count it because we didn't count it mid game. We just knew you didn't have enough mana. I had to go back and count every time you cast Shrieking Drake. Yeah, this one felt bad. I was hoping to keep that Smothering Tide around for a while longer.
You know what I didn't forget?
What did you not forget?
Paid.
That rest in peace on the battlefield.
I mean, you didn't forget many things this game.
Because
Though.
I didn't have to.
There were many things to do this game.
Linvala is just your opponent's, right?
Yeah, just opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Just stops you from doing everything. You
So
wanna
good.
do
I
in
wish
life.
that was just like a colorless card so I could run it in every deck.
What?
I-
But it's blue and white.
That's just white.
No, not
She's
Linvala.
the 2 and
No, the
2
other
white.
one.
Lavinia?
Lavinia.
That's just opponents, right?
Yeah, both of them are just opponents.
Yeah.
those
Yeah,
are
they're
really good.
super good.
I just want a curse. I want an asymmetrical 4-mana curse totem in colorless.
That sounds.
That sounds
Sounds
absolutely
broken.
broken.
I mean that sounds like a little too broken.
You know,
but
you like your Murs. What if they have like cursed
Joseph
Mur?
doesn't want my Smothering
Cursed
Tide.
Mur.
Mur.
Cursed Mur.
You
Wizards.
cast so many counter spells.
Wizards
at
get
this
a
point.
cursed Mur.
He cast 3 that turn.
Although I think I cast all the ones you guys knew about at this point
You know what?
because I cast the delay.
Now that I think about it, I cheated here.
What?
I can't make black mana.
That's true.
I have a mana confluence.
Oh, you do? That's right. I did ask you that. I remember in game now. I was like,
Cheater.
So I think we lied at the beginning of this because I played that mana confluence turn 1. So we lied. However many
Oh, you
20
did.
minutes 20 minutes ago when I said he couldn't make black mana. I forgot I had a mana confluence.
feels bad.
It's been a while since we played this game.
Yeah, this is a while ago.
But yeah, I think that was my last counter spell that I had in hand, and it was the only one you
Well,
guys didn't
had-
know about.
You had force.
That I saw
well.
force at this point. I haven't cast it yet. Okay.
Yep.
He can't.
But I can't cast force. I have to
Well,
hard
then,
cast.
That's what I was, and I was hoping that.
That I just hard cast force to
Yeah.
not Thrasios.
Yeah, that was the plan.
I draw Cyclonic Rift. Oh,
Yeah, we can't
Felt
have a game without Cyclonic
good.
Rift and Dockside.
Game's not looking
felt
good
so
for
good.
our heroes, is it?
I don't know. It's looking pretty good for the hero, the main. The main.
The main hero.
the villain.
Hey, look, that rest in peace is gone.
True.
But it makes you feel any
Relevant.
better, Bill? Your board looks almost the same, so it didn't really do much to you.
Yeah, I didn't really touch you at all. I got rid of a spirit.
But you did get your Dockside back.
What was Adam doing at this time?
I
Watching.
think I was like
Playing Pokemon?
I was probably just playing some video games, just being sad in the corner.
Yeah, having 2 like Staxy decks kind of slowed this game down a bit. So Adam losing like turn 4 kind of kept him out of the game
Turn
for
3.
technically. He was at least at the
Yes.
table
that's
until
true.
turn
Well,
4.
Yeah, you're right.
He's effectively
He
out of
went
the game
down
at
to
turn
1.
3. Yeah.
Oh, look at that mana.
Ooh.
I thought you were gonna go off here. I was really scared of what you're doing. When you hit that top, I was like,
free Sensei stop. It's been in my hand.
I mean, I had the Force of Will that I could cast,
Oh.
and you put it in your graveyard again. Bill doesn't like top.
A 1 in my graveyard.
I was praying for something here. Nothing.
I mean, I had a Force of Will in hand. If you had something, if you had like a Bolas Citadel protection.
The beats.
Now there's no way.
The beat train.
All right. So that's the game.
Makes me sad.
I thought it was a good game. I
was a
mean,
terrible game.
I'm a little biased. Adam probably has a
Even though I
different.
was
That was a
dead,
fine game.
I had fun with the Adnos because that was my first Adnos.
It was a
epic.
solid. I've seen worse.
It was a
Adnos.
good game.
That was like that was 20 something cards.
That's me.
It was.
I'm the
decent
worst
amount.
ad nos.
No,
Yeah.
you get great ad noses. You just get nothing from them.
You have
Yeah,
terrible
true.
Necrophones.
That's true.
Your
Okay, that's fine.
Necrophones plays are terrible.
Necrophones for
I don't
35.
know how.
I've never seen a worse set
lands.
of 30 cards when you
You were
Necrophones
just
for 30.
bad at using necropones. Just stop.
Oh.
You just
I don't
you need
think
to
We'll
it's
see.
bad,
you need to
it's just
stack your deck
unlucky.
better.
It's
He's
just
just-
so
he's just
unlucky.
Oh, it's
bad.
super unlucky,
It's
yeah,
so-
for sure. He'll like as he Necrophones the other day. He was playing Zer for 30
won this
cards.
game.
He
I
did,
won this
he did
game, by
end
the
up
way.
winning the game, but he Necrophones for 30 cards.
many times have you
Had
been
one
stopped?
sorcery speed tutor and no demonic consultation effect and
Yeah,
no lab man
it
effect.
was awful.
It was
It was bad.
terrible.
It was very bad.
It was
felt-
kind of funny.
I wasn't playing the game. I was
I
just
also
watching, and I
fell
just
on
look at the
sword
cards,
pretty hard that game.
and I just cringed. I was
That
like,
was a
that
hard
feels
game.
bad.
Can't say you fell on the sword when you won.
True, but
I mean,
I got up.
he had to waste his
Yeah.
turn
Got back
4 to
up.
pay for pack.
He just fell on the sword, but it went in his armpit,
Yeah.
so it
Didn't
looked
that-
like he
didn't I have
died.
to do that, like, 2 turns later?
Yeah. He's like, I tricked you.
Didn't I
all."
have to do that like 2 turns later?
Yeah, but you already had a board state.
I
I did it with
I could
nothing
have
on.
won.
I did it with a arcane signet. That was
I
it.
could have won.
All right, that wasn't this game, so
Yeah,
we'll talk about that
doesn't
off
matter.
camera. But hope you guys enjoyed this commentary style video. Like I said, if you do enjoy these, we release them basically every week for every gameplay video over on Patreon. So go ahead and check that out if it's something you're interested in. If this gets good reception, you guys like this specifically on the main channel, we will try to do this for the finales at least as kind of like a nice send off to the season. So let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll continue to do this. We do want to try to do more videos like this with the podcast and with these style, just kind of letting you, I don't know, meet us, kind of see our personalities rather than just, you know, our hands. So let us know what you think of them, and we'll continue them or stop them if you just hate us. I mean, that's
Yeah, true.
that's a
they
possibility.
could hate
Or you
us.
could love us. That'd be really cool.
I hate us.
I need someone.
I can't believe Adam made it back on. Who let him? Who let Adam back?
Still
Who let him back in the
baby.
table?
You can't get rid of a sliver that easily. I always
can.
evolve.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
That is all we have for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Like I said, I'm Joseph. These are the rest of the casually competitive crew. We will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Toodles.